Unfortunately, the Opie and Anthony show is over. Fortunately, we have a hard time letting go. The stories behind the stories. The backstage drama. Everything that made today unforgettable. Call 866-WOW-1-WOW now. And look back on another legendary day of broadcasting. This is the Opie and Anthony Post Show with Sam Roberts.
Let's look back on it. 866-WOW-1-WOW is the phone number to call. 866-969-1969. The Opie and Anthony Post Show is live on the air, and I will tell you this. Great show today. Great having Patrice O'Neal's mom, Georgia, in here today. And I'm assuming it translated over the radio as well as it did here in person. Because absolutely, in the way, in her laugh, I guess in the way she looked at people, but also just in the way what she found funny. In the way her sense of humor translated in the room. I mean, you can tell from a mile away that that's Patrice's mom. No doubt about it. Sal, did you find that too?
Absolutely. She looked a lot like him. It was crazy.
She looks just like him, and like just she was getting. She had that moment of like childish glee that when she really was getting under Bill's skin about the cheap hotel that he got her. When she saw Bill was starting to get uncomfortable, she had that little. You could hear it in her laugh. That sort of childish glee that Patrice always got. You could completely see the resemblance.
Yeah, like she had something on Bill. She was ready for it.
Yeah. It was very funny to see. On a show like that, we had Jay Oakerson and Bill Burr and Dave Attell, of course, Norton, Opie, Anthony. I am glad that I am not tasked with the unenviable task of choosing line of the day. Opie, we were just talking about. I'm glad you're back here because you would know better than anybody how much you can see Patrice and his mom.
Oh, it's creepy.
Isn't it amazing?
It's absolutely creepy.
We were talking about that
little bothersome.
The joy.
She's funny, man.
She's really funny, and the joy that she was getting out of making Bill uncomfortable was really like I was like, that's Patrice in there.
Of course.
You know.
Of course.
Excited about tonight?
Of course. Yes.
Of course.
I had to come in and get a bag.
That's it.
Why can't I just come in and just get my bag and leave? Why do you have to, like...
The people want to hear from you, Opie.
They heard.
The people want to know.
They heard everything.
All right.
Opie Radio on Instagram.
Opie Radio on Instagram. That's not... You're not even plugging anything that time. You're not even plugging anything that time.
This is a picture of me when I was 19.
You so got lucky. I mean, that Bill and Jay and Dave didn't see that photo today.
It's a picture from 20 years ago.
Yeah, but...
Who doesn't want to see that?
What?
A picture of me from 20 years ago.
You're just plugging. You didn't even follow the line of conversation I was in.
What?
I said you got lucky that Bill Burr and Dave Attell and Jay Oakerson didn't see it.
Didn't see the picture of me from 20 years ago?
All right. Well, he's plugging again. I don't even know if I'm going to get a conversation out of him today.
Opie Radio on Instagram. A picture of me from 20 years ago. You're slow today, brother.
Wait.
Oh, now you figured out?
20?
Too late.
What did you say? You were 19 in it?
You're a little sleepy today.
Maybe I am. There's a lot going on. Let's go to Adam in Pennsylvania. Goodbye, Opie. Adam.
Hey, Sam. How's it going?
Good.
All right. Hey, I wanted to ask you, I know a lot of the guys that have been on the air have talked about the first time they met Patrice, whether they were comics or not, and he just had this force and this presence. And I wanted to know if you ever felt that kind of intimidation the first time you met him.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Yeah, the word is intimidation, especially when you're on this show and you realize what this show is, and that we talked about killers being in here in terms of comedians, and there was nobody more deadly in terms of being a comedian than Patrice. And the minute, you wanted to sit back and just watch. Like, whenever he was in here, all of us, from the very beginning, from the 57th Street days of XM, all of us on staff, anytime Patrice was in, would just be happy because we just wanted to sit back and watch him do what he does. And nobody wanted to be in studio. That was back when we were all interns and we were all fighting each other trying to get whatever airtime we could get. But when Patrice was in there, all we wanted to do was sit back and watch because none of us felt like we could stand toe-to-toe with Patrice. What about you, Eric? You were around during the early XM days.
I actually met Patrice before XM. Mm-hmm. It was at Tough Crowd and at Caroline's. and I forgot who. It was either Jimmy or Colin introduced me or something, and Patrice could just give a shit.
Yeah.
It was during the time where he was wearing throwback jerseys and basketball hats and all that. But he was nice. He took a photo. I have the photo from the first time I met him.
Well, Patrice,
but he is intimidating.
He had this thing. Even later on, like he would do this. Once he transformed and he started wearing fedoras and suits and stuff like that, where he would come in, and where most people would say hello and offer you a handshake, he would look down at you. He would, he's so tall, and he just kind of look down at you, and he'd have this look that was part familiarity and part disdain, and then he'd offer you his finger. And then you just have to hold it and shake his finger. Instead of offering you his whole hand, you would just shake his index finger.
Never did that to me.
Always. Every time he came in here, he did that to me. He just put his finger out. And I was like, yeah, whatever you say, you're the boss. As soon as he walked in, he was the boss. Well, Sal, you were given the unenviable task of choosing a line of the day today. A lot of great lines today. I mean, I don't know who you picked, so let's just hear it.
Here comes line of the day, line of the day.
Train station, but all that time it was Short Hills. And I got all the way to some town called Peacock, whatever that.
This is like the beginning of an Oscar-winning movie.
I guess that was one of the strong. It might be the strongest line today because it created a theme that echoed on throughout the whole show. I mean, the fact that Bobo's life was unraveling like a David Fincher movie.
If Bobo's on the show most of the time, if I'm picking line of the day, he's gonna win.
That's biased.
Well, I'm sorry, that was technically Bill Burr. But...
Lou in Jersey.
Hey, Sammy, how you doing?
Good.
I just wanted to tell you guys how much of a dick that cabbie was. I was actually the guy who drove Bobo from the Comedy Cove to the train station. That's a 4-mile drive.
What a harrowing tale that was.
Yeah, it was bad. I mean, how could you do that? I mean, $160? I mean, it's unreal.
It's crazy. Thank you, Lou. Thank you for being a good Samaritan.
Absolutely. You got to thank Bob Lee for that one, too. He took care of Bobo.
Good. At least there's some good people around him. But people like Bobo, they like to get taken advantage of. Bill Burr brought this up on the show today. It's interesting that Bill Burr chose today to call in. Actually, I mean, the Bobo chose today to call in. It's actually not that interesting because he calls in every single day. But the fact that we picked him up today is interesting because one of the best Patrice moments, and Patrice O'Neal is who we were celebrating, happened with Bobo. And I know normally on the post show we play some of our favorite clips of the day, and if we have time we'll still do that. But as a special pick for me, I wanted to pick a clip not from today's show, but a clip that was referenced on today's show. I wanted to play a quick short version of, the up and down game we played with Bobo. We played it a couple weeks ago when the Penthouse girls were in here. It's when, you can talk to him about girls and he gets an instant erection. And you talk to him about sports and he completely loses his erection. Well, we have shown it to everybody we can think of, every friend of the show, and nobody had a better reaction to it than Patrice did. So that's I want to share that with everybody today. We have that, Sal?
Yeah, he's pulling it right now.
Yeah, I got it right now.
All right, here's Patrice. This was what? How many years ago now? 3?
Before either 2011 or 2010.
Yeah, several years ago, Patrice getting introduced to the up and down game with Bobo. Here it is.
Did you see Bobo's penis?
I agree.
He's packing.
He's packing some wood?
Fuck yeah.
No. You packing major wood, Bobo?
Fuck yes, he is.
Jimmy, here go the curtains.
Patrice, you start talking like erotic, and it'll get about his chick. It'll get hard instantly, and then you talk about the Mets, and he'll lose the hard on.
Yeah, go ahead, drop it down. Well, drop it down, Stephen.
Sure. There's women show.
All the way down. Under fancy underpants too.
See, now.
Does it bother you?
Patrice is covering his ass.
So you have to watch it. You have to watch it jump. It's like the bottom line is this: Christina and her big tits. You have to get her into a hotel room sooner or later.
Yeah.
And you know that those big luscious tits. You want to just
Oh my God.
put them soap on them in the shower.
Yeah.
Show up.
The fucking Mets are just terrible, dude. Why are they so awful?
There's injured players this year.
But they can't win a fucking game.
Look, it's already moving.
Why can't they win a game? It's embarrassing.
I have no idea, but is this a new bit that I gotta talk pantsless now?
No, forget pantsless. Why are the Mets losing?
Jesus, we finally shut up.
Why are the Mets losing, Bobo?
That's what happened. Our better players are hurt.
But there's no reason for the whole franchise to be suffering like that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Would you take Christine to a Mets game?
I would. I'd take her, and of course, I'd go with her to a Yankee game.
Do you think that she'd want to take you to a motel after?
Oh, man.
Well, yeah, of course.
I bet you that she'd slide those little thong panties off, too, if you took her to a motel.
Yeah, but you know what I might do? Get her the next time I'm at the Stress Factory. I might get her one of those. You could take me. I think it says you could take me to the Stress Factory after you finish me off.
I've never heard anything so infectious in my life. I was there that day, and it's more funny to hear
every time
that than it was to see it. Patrice. Well, let's play some favorite clips then. E-Rock, do you have a favorite clip today? You're back.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it involves Bobo.
What, and I can't even go to. Did anybody have a favorite clip that did not involve Bobo?
Mine did.
Yours did not?
No, mine did.
Did Travis's?
Travis did not have one.
Did Roland pick one?
Are you
Roland was too worried about other things.
Roland was freaked out today because all the comics kept canceling. So we got no clips except Bobo clips?
Correct.
Is there a problem with that?
Yes, there's a huge problem with that. Everybody thinks I got a big boner for Bobo because I keep putting him on the air.
There wasn't enough time to cut clips of Ms. O'Neill, so that's what we had.
What about everything that happened before Bobo?
I don't remember anything before Bobo.
You had Bill Burr. You had David Tell.
You had Nick DiPaolo.
You had Jay Okerson. You had Nick DiPaolo. Then you had Jim Norton and Opie and Anthony, the three greatest broadcasters of this generation. And you got nothing except Bobo.
Yep.
Do you understand that there might be a problem with that?
Yeah, stop having Bobo on the show.
No, that's not. Obviously, it's not a good idea to stop having Bobo on the show because everybody behind the scenes thinks that he's the highlight of the night. All right, let me hear what E-Rock pulled.
I have to sit in the front seat.
Well, that's extra. There you go, son.
Why?
That's extra.
Who's in the back seat?
His wife and kid.
Wait a minute. Shit. Wait, some guy with his wife and kids drove you?
That wasn't a cab, dude.
Shit.
Was this really an episode of Are We
You
There
were
Yet?
robbed.
That was a great reveal. If you didn't hear the entire Bobo, I know that usually Bobo is just the pits. He's terrible. But in this instance, you got to listen to if you're on the West Coast or you tuned in late this morning and you didn't hear the whole Bobo story, you got to listen to the replay and hear that whole story. But, I mean, it was a huge show. Yet, we were talking about, what about we did a bit about a radio show. You love radio, Eric.
Yeah, but
It's not Bobo, though, is it?
It wasn't Bobo caliber.
Yeah, we had a Fired So Fired story.
I used to work with that guy.
The guy who could be fired so fired?
Right.
Do you think he's getting fired? So
I don't know.
Here's the story.
They even took the whole website down.
I noticed that.
It's just a link to an apology on a Facebook page.
Yeah, the story is that it went around everywhere. It was this story of a girl who's having a birthday party. Her mom sent out invitations, and she got an RSVP, and the RSVP had written on it, "We don't approve of your lifestyle," and whole homophobic thing, because I guess it was two moms. As it turns out, the birthday party never existed. The moms never existed. The angry RSVP thing, none of it ever existed. Some radio station made it up. Mm-hmm. Because they wanted, I guess, to give the people something to be outraged by. Now they're running the risk of being fired so fired.
They may not be because the company that owns it, I think, only owns 2, maybe 3 East End Long Island stations. They're not a big corporation,
right?
By any means. So they could probably just go, okay, we'll give them a punishment and then put them right back on because they don't have to answer to anybody.
They don't have to worry about the ramifications it'll have on their other affiliates and syndicates and the way the TV branch of this will react to that, and
right.
It's just 3 local radio stations.
That's it.
Well, that is looking good for them. I mean, what about Bill Burr coming in and talking about hockey? What about Bill Burr breaking down the whole Tonight Show doesn't make a difference from the Late Show?
That is true.
But, yeah, you love the Tonight Show, too.
Yeah.
But you love Bobo too much.
That line killed me.
What was your clip, Sal?
So next time, carry extra hand warmers.
What?
Whoa, wait, what about the hand warmers?
Oh, it was chilly.
Why, did he make you change the tire? What happened?
I don't have any idea how cold that was.
What?
Wait a minute, you gave him 160 and a tug job? No, Bobo.
Yes.
That's too much.
And who walks around with hand warmers to begin with? And he needs extra ones?
All right, kill it. Or was it already dead?
Oh, my God.
No, it's okay. Kill it.
David Tell. One more David Tell line.
Yeah, no. David Tell was a monster today. I mean, the way he pumps out one-liners is amazing. Amazing. Listen, I know what you're thinking about with those hand warmers. You must hate the snow, don't you? I hate this lousy winter weather. More importantly, do you hate disappointing loved ones during Valentine's Day? I mean, you probably did. I know I did. You got to go to IHateStevenSinger.com right now and make sure you get yourself and your sweetheart the perfect sorry I missed Valentine's Day gift. Look, it was on Friday and she's still mad at you. You got to do something. A beautiful, real long stem rose, lavishly and deeply dipped in 24 karat pure gold. This is your solution. Steven Singer has the only rose guaranteed to last a lifetime. So even though you missed Valentine's Day because of the terrible weather last week, she'll have this rose forever. If you really want to make it up to her, you should just get her two to show her how much you love her. These roses will be not available after February. So hurry up and purchase them now. Or, if you're lucky enough to be in the Philadelphia area, you can just go to the store, the other corner of 8th and Walnut, and bring home the #1 gift for Valentine's Day tonight. Picture a real American Beauty rose preserved forever in 24 karat pure gold. See the entire collection online at IHateStevenSinger.com. Free shipping is available, so make up for that missed Valentine's Day gift today with the only rose guaranteed to last a lifetime. Only at Steven Singer Jewelers, IHateStevenSinger.com. Thank you all for being here. Replay starts next. E-Rock.
We have one ticket.
That's a single ticket.
Single ticket for the Patrice O'Neill benefit for somebody who couldn't go. We have the ticket. If you want it, can you show up to the building, 1221 Avenue of the Americas and 49th Street. Come to the building and then tweet O&A Show on Twitter and let us know that you're here. You get the ticket.
E-Rock will be checking the Twitter. He will come down and meet you in the lobby. He has one extra ticket that we have no place for and we'd like the seat to be filled. So, come down and get the ticket. We will see you tomorrow for the Patrice O'Neill benefit recap. Goodbye, everybody.
Thanks for listening to Opie and Anthony and the Opie and Anthony Post Show. If you missed a minute, get it later today at SiriusXM.com/on-demand. Or stay tuned. Today's replay starts in minutes here on the Opie and Anthony channel. It's